Hi there, and thank you for joining me today. My name is Jan, and I'm from myheartcards2.blogspot.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the U.S., and in this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make this very cute platform pop-up card. The products that I've used in this project will be listed below this video. Just click on the words Show More. If you find you need to slow this video down, you can by clicking on the gear box just underneath the video. Here we have two pieces of crumb cake cardstock that I've cut at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I've scored the long side at 1/2 inch, 2 inches, 3 1/2 inches, and 5 inches. And I've done this on both pieces. I've measured up 1 1/4 inches from the bottom center and created a 3/4 inch slit on both pieces for the T-tabs. Mark in 1 inch on the 1/2 inch score lines on all sides. Then draw connecting lines on all sides as well. I've used my paper trimmer to cut along these penciled lines. You can use scissors if you prefer, but I just like to have everything cut straight. Now I'm going to fold and burnish all of the scored lines with the fold folder. I'll do this on the base pieces and the stitch scallop border pieces as well. I have another video using the Beary Cute Bundle, and I will add a link to that one in the upper right corner at the end of this video. You're going to fold back one of the T-tabs and then fold the other T-tab forward. There's only 2 that have fold lines. The third one goes in the middle and it doesn't need a fold line. I've added tear tape, 2 rows of it, along all of the 1/2 inch scored lines. This includes the T-tabs, the base, and the stitch scallop border. I've marked the front and the back so that we know which T-tab goes in which direction. And I've primed it by running this through on both of them to make sure that the top of the T-tab all face in one direction. You can see that one T-tab is inserted with the adhesive end going in the opposite direction. Now I'm going to remove the covers on the tear tape off of this one T-tab. That second row of tape is going to need to have the adhesive folded back on itself because it's a little long. make sure that the T-tab is pushed all the way in and is sitting straight. And then I'm going to lay it down on my table, fold the adhesive back and under, and then smooth that out and adhere it in place. I am going to use a bone folder to make sure that the adhesive is good, and then pull this up so that you can see that it's sitting properly. Now I'm going to adhere the second T-tab in the same manner that I did the first one. Now I'm going to find the center for the middle T-tab. Once I'm happy with where it's sitting, I'm going to draw lines on either side of that bottom part of the T-tab so that I know where I can put my adhesive. And for this I'm going to use liquid glue. Now I'm going to add adhesive to all of this area, paying attention to my corners, and I'm going to adhere these two pieces together. Now at the bottom side up, I'm going to adhere the stitch scallop borders in place. Remove the tear and tape, fold back the excess, remove that second line, and then I'm going to set this down, fold it down so that it's laying flat, and then I'm going to adhere the bottom piece, bottom side of the stitch scallop border to the bottom of the platform base. Now I'll adhere the second border piece to the other platform bottom in the same way I did the first one. Now we're going to turn it over and adhere the top of that scallop border to the top of the platform base. Again, removing the covers on the tear and tape, folding back the excess, and then we'll lay this flat again and then fold up the border and press it in place. Use your bone folder to seal it down good. And then we'll do the same on the other side, repeating the previous step. Now I'm removing the tear and tape covers off of the ends of the border pieces so that I can adhere these together. You're going to want to match up the bottoms so that it sits flat first, and if your scallop is just slightly off, you won't even notice it. So now the platform is finished and we'll begin decorating. I have 3 modified die cuts that I've used for what I call the snow mounds, and all 3 of them are made from dies that are retired. The front and the back piece come from the Horizon dies, and I shortened and rounded both ends so that that total length is only 3 1/8 inches. The middle piece comes from the Pine Woods dies. It's also retired, and it is a 4-inch piece. Again, you can see that I've shortened this piece. I wanted that tall hill, so I started there and then measured out 4 inches and then cut that and rounded that last edge so that it would fit on my platform. Adhere the snow mounds to the front of the T-tabs, starting with the back one, and I used liquid glue for this. The first one, when I put it on, I got a little too much glue. I got too close to the platform, so after that I figured out what I needed to do to keep that from happening again. I've adhered the embossed deckled night sky to the back of the back T-tab, and I did this with liquid glue. I added the standing bear with the decorated tree to the front of that tab using Stampin' Dimensionals. For the middle row, I'm going to adhere the 2 stamped trees to the back of the T-tab. And then the sitting bear and the little bear are going to go in the front. Now for this platform card, I actually stamped the bears and fussy cut them out, the same as I did with the trees, because there were no dies for these. And the scarf has been fussy cut from the DSP, and I added it to the bears so that he would look pretty much the same as the other platform card, just in reverse. Once I stamped with the tuxedo black ink on the bears, I did shade them a little bit with crumb cake Stampin' Blend, and I always take my color lifter and blend that out a little bit so that you don't have a harsh line. I'm going to use Stampin' Dimensionals to adhere the bears in place on the middle snow mound. center gift is adhered to the front snow mound with liquid glue. Next is the littlest bear, which is adhered with dimensionals. Then the last two gifts are adhered with dimensionals too. The sentiment is stamped with real red ink on the smallest stitched rounded rectangle. This is then matted on some Beary Christmas DSP. And the second mat is real red cardstock. Now I'm going to adhere that in place with liquid glue onto the center of the scallop border. The side pieces are Beary Christmas Designer Series paper rectangles that have been matted onto real red cardstock. Both of these are adhered to the side portions of that front scallop border, and I've used liquid glue to adhere that in place. I hope you like this Beary Cute platform pop-up card. I really enjoy making these, and I can't wait to see what the next one will look like. If you are in the United States and need a demonstrator, then you can order your supplies in my online store by clicking on the link provided below. If you are interested in earning a discount on your Stampin' Up! Purchases, I'd love to have you join my team. And you can purchase the starter kit by clicking on that link, which you will also find listed below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. If you click on the little bell, you'll receive notifications when I post any new content. Thank you for sharing this time with me. See you soon.